Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. In this video, I will show you how to solve the problem longest substring without repeating characters, so let's get started. So the problem is that they give us a string and they ask us to identify the longest substring that doesn't contain any repeating characters. And the contiguous non-empty sequence of character within a string is referred to as a substring. So let's use this input string as an example. The output will be 3 since the substring ABC is the largest string that doesn't contain repeating characters. So in addition, the letter after the C will be the letter B, and B is already present in the substring. Therefore, we will use the slide-in window technique rather than using nested loops, which will result in a quadratic time complexity, and this algorithm reduces the use of nested loops and replace them with single loops, which results in a linear time complexity. So this is especially effective if we have a longer string. So let's say we have this input string. The slide-in window technique begins by initializing the left and right of the window, and as we continue iterating throughout the string, the window can either get bigger or smaller. Therefore, we initialize the left and right pointers, each of which will begin at the string first character. As a result, the right will include the last character of the substring, while the left will contain the initial character. So to keep track of the characters in the string, we will then create a dictionary. The character will serve as the key, and the value will be the position in the string where the character was last seen. Moreover, we'll start a counter variable to keep track of the longest substring, which will be the window length. Next, we'll begin iteratively looping over the string. As I began by saying that both the left and right pointer will begin at the letter A. As a result, the first thing we will do is to see if the character at the right pointer of the window is present in the dictionary. So since A is not, we add it as a key and set its value to be the right position index, that is 0. Thereafter, we increase the window size by moving the right pointer by 1, which updates the counter by 1 and makes the window longest substring or current length equal to 1. So the right pointer will therefore be pointing at the letter B. Since this is the first time we have seen this letter, we must give it a value 1, the right pointer index in the dictionary. We also must remember to update the counter so that it's equal to the length of the character A and B, which is 2 in this case. So the window is then expanded by moving the right pointer by 1, and since the letter C is not already in the dictionary, we add it as a key with a value of 2, which is the right pointer index. After updating the counter as usual to represent the length of the current window, we move the right pointer to the next letter by moving the right again by 1. So when the loop reaches the letter A, things will begin to change because we have already seen this letter. So we say that once the character at the right pointer in the string is already in our dictionary, we'll move the left pointer to the next character and open another window, and it will be as if we are eliminating the letters that are repeated by moving the left to the next character. So then we update the character's value in the dictionary to be the right position index from the most recent time we saw it, which in this case is 3, and we update the counter to be the maximum difference between the length of the old window and the current window. And finally, we move the right pointer 1 position to the right. So this means that since we have already seen this letter B in the string, we must access the dictionary and use the value from the last time we saw it to advance the left pointer by 1 and update the value of the character in the dictionary to be the right pointer position, which is 4. And we update the counter and move the right pointer by 1. So the same process is going to be repeated for the letter C. So let's jump to check the next letter. Next, after moving the right pointer to the character B, we check the dictionary to determine if we have already seen the letter. So since the letter B was last seen at position 4, we need to open a new window by moving the left pointer to the position after the character B previous position. So in this case, since the left pointer is at position 5, we don't need to update the counter variable that stores the longest substring because the current window only contains 2 characters and the previous window contains 3. So instead, we simply update the value of the character B in the dictionary to 6 since this is the last time we saw it. We then move the final character, which is the letter B, which we have already seen. We then repeat the process moving the left pointer to the letter that we last saw and setting the character dictionary value to be in the right position, which is 7. So the largest window or the longest substring without repeated character was A, B, C, resulting in an output of 3. So as a result, the counter will eventually not be updated, and we return the number 3. So because we are looping over the input array, the time complexity for this approach is O of n, and the space complexity is likewise O of n because we are generating a dictionary that is related to the input string. That's it, guys. So let's jump at coding the solution. We start by initializing a dictionary. Next, we initialize the left and right pointers, starting at the first character in the string, and we also initialize a counter output variable and set its value to be 0. Then we loop over the string while the left and right pointer are less than the length of the string. We start by making the code more readable, so we initialize a character variable and set his value to be the character at the right pointer. Then we set an if statement to determine whether we have already seen the character, which we accomplish by writing if char isn't in dictionary. So after seeing a character for the last time, we change the left pointer to the following position, making left equal to the maximum difference between the current left index and the character value in the dictionary plus 1. Then we set the character value in the dictionary to reflect its current right place. So the counter variable is then updated to represent the maximum between the previous counter and the length of the current window. And we move the right pointer to the next position. Finally, we return the counter variable. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.